Alright, it's a new day. Well, night, and today I need to change some things. I forgot to change the Twitch title. Okay, that is fixed. Alright, I need to change some things. I want to move around some functions from the player script to the input manager and attack manager because I'm finding I don't really like my attack manager, my player script as much as I would have hoped. Let's start with some of the easy ones. Uh, we can move all our attacks to the attack manager. Because we're going to be using that all the time when we want to press a button or something. Okay, go back to the player scripts. And then here we have an attack manager function that really isn't doing much. It's more like select attack. The input manager has something for this, kind of. Since every attack already has a start attack function, it might be best to just delete this entirely. Save. It's still defined somewhere. Save. An update on the right, which means we're all good, no more errors. Attack manager. And all of our symbol buttons. Okay. And then in the sum attack, which is the frame data manager, it has a start attack and a continue attack function. Tone, int. Is it engine? Was editor hint? Done. Shall I gonna keep it as a physics process and then put the separate one here for this process? For the still script. Just to separate out which one is which easily. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. So now our attacks are in the attack manager. And this can make we can make an array similar to how we've done in some of the other children's of attack managers, where it just contains all of the attacks and such. Since they're frame data managers, we'll know that they are something. Um, hmm. The at export part gets ruined if we call from get children. Because the order of the attacks would matter if I want to check based on index. Okay. Let me move some other stuff around first in player script. So I was thinking these dash handlers, jump handlers, movement handlers, all those things could be moved to the movement component because those are movement options. might want to make a version of this thing where it's just basic movement at some point. Jump, fall, and movement update at some point, maybe. Let's see. Have some other comments. So the jump handler could be done in the input manager as its own function, and then that can be called. How is it done? It's jump and then movement component dot jump. This literally wouldn't change at all. So let's grab that. Put it in the input manager somewhere. Let's do it here. Jump handler is on floor, not found in base self. Nor is this boolean, this timer, or the movement component, which the movement component can just be add exported. Add export movement underscore component I need before. I spelled it wrong, I think. No, that's right. Okay. So in that case, first off, the movement components will work. The host can air action jump. There's your coyote timer and movement component. Move speed, input direction, and jump velocity. None of those are are here. What I can do is get rid of those things. Let's go with copying and pasting these for now into the input manager. Fixing, combining, and group with input manager. So those two are now defined. Jump velocity is not, nor is move speed. Those would be in the player. Still. host host dot host dot copy this line, paste it here and here, copy this line, paste it here kind of. Here, here, host online. Okay, then host dot and host dot. And this is not defined either. Okay, from this, what I can see is I want the timer to be its own thing with its own script. So let's go to the player, click, let's see what the Coyote timer has. It has a function to start and stop and change the expired. It has a variable expired and a length. So let's add a script to this. Let's just give it a default node. Let's go to the player script, copy these by cutting them, going here, pasting, Coyote timer, which is this, is self, save, then we want to also connect signal, which is gone, so timeout. On timeout, sure. Okay. The player script is there. So right now we're referencing the host so that you can change its variables. It doesn't have a Coyote timer anymore, so we can just add export the timer. And we can go this, this. Let me give this a class name. Better split the word, right? I don't know. Okay. Go back to the input manager. Make sure the last name is the correct thing. Then we can see that it is just changing the names of the function variables to match more universally. Okay, timer expired and timer length. Those are the two things we need to call. We're in there already. Input manager script. Okay. Coyote summon. This is what I want to rewrite quite a bit. Okay, so can air jump, speed, velocity, air actions. Yep. Okay, now let's run the main script. Setting portion variables, caption is correction. That is not tabbed enough. Run again. Jumping doesn't work. Okay, let's go to the input manager. Or actually the player script, the input manager. Or should it just be the input manager needs to run in the physics process? Func process jump handler. So, valid property error assignment. It is not referenced. Okay, inspector, input manager, coyote timer, movement component, save, refresh, jumping. It works in one way. Where is the thing being unpressed? Is press being called? Choose action. Press is being called in the input filter. Is this having choose action? Nope. Input manager. Should be able to jump twice to the left. Also not working. Alright. So it's being unpressed, right? Unless they're being unpressed somewhere while it's running. Let me comment this function. Comment start. Oh, it's just being called something weird. What are you being called? Light punch. Okay, run it again. Can't jump left. Okay, this is a bit more of a problem. So, input direction. Oh, let's check the player script. Player script had an input direction, which is set in the set important variables. So the input direction is just not being set, meaning all of the changes that were done in the input manager here can be undone. And then we just need something to set the input direction. Put it in the input filter. Did it just pressed? No, it's just get axes. I want to separate the functions a little bit. Func inputs. Where's input single input. I don't know what to call it. Let's just throw in an input filter. Okay. That's not working. Why? Because the host is calling it, not the value here. I think. Host.move speed times input direction. Host dot jump velocity. Wait a second. Why is it not working now? So it's set to equal 0, but in what function is it being called? Input filter, which is not being called. Yep, that's fixed. Okay. We'll call this in the jump handler for now. And then control F this two instances. We want to remove this one. Alright. That is jumping. I also don't like the dash anymore because it's doing it every frame and it's almost a flat line, but it's not falling properly. Okay. Let's go back to the player script and see what else we can move around. This stuff right here, barring the hand frames less than one, just go a dash. Okay. If they're on floor and crouching, the velocity is 0. What this is saying is movement. A primary for the box manager could be left here, I think. Don't need this right now. The other thing that really needs to move is the dash function, because it needs to be done via sequence inputs. So let's go to the input manager. We've done our jump. We can now print in the dash inventory here. So first off, let's remove this frame stuff. Remove the ish that is dashing as well. Yeah, that's pretty much all of it. Okay. Dash. Let's go to the dash function. Total frames. Keep that. Keep distance times 60. Input manager. Right now, the action is pressed. What this needs to be changed to is something like check for attacks. Check for attacks. And input history, comma, sequence, which is dash right, comma, attack button is right. It's the last input. And then left, change this to left. all the same thing. This isn't tabbed. Okay, it's called the jump handler or dash handler now in the process. And oh, whoops, dash handler. Stop. Input manager dash handler has none. So why is it colon? Okay. Okay. Let me do something more extreme, I guess. We'll give this another 2 zeros. Give it 1 frame. And run it. What is frames left? Move this entire movement component manager. I should just call it a manager. Func movement smaller manager. The entire function and everything else in. So those are properties of the host. Movement. Driver not declared in current scope. Means it's part of a host. Okay. Run it back. I'm not dashing yet. It checks for attack, the input history, and dash. Right. And moving component dot dash. Let's check if this is working. No. Why? Dash ammo is there, but it's not getting past the first statement. Input filter is not being called. I should probably be calling that out. I think these can go here. This can be removed, and then this can just be logic system. Okay, run it. Yep. I don't know where it is, but that means the dash is working. Let's go to the dash handler, change this back to something reasonable. That was the wrong direction. Why did it go that way? Still going in the same direction. Okay. That's because the vector is not to the left. But let's try running the script. Maybe a bit too powerful for the reason that it's going for more than one frame. One, two, three, four, five. So the sequence is active, or is it? No, 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 no. Let me print the host velocity. Let me print this because the button should only press when it's one time. Oh wait, maybe it's 5. Maybe we'll be pressing the velocity for 5 frames. So the velocity is 900 now. 900, 900, 900, 900, 900. And just keeps going until it hits the ground. Okay, so the velocity does not change at all. So that doesn't matter. The dash component doesn't need total frames because we're just sending a velocity. There. Should be fine on that. I don't believe it sets for 5 frames. This is where we will get the function to is dash. That's right. If is underscore dashing. Let me check if host has it still. Okay, higher. Is dashing still a variable? Yep. If the host is dashing, C trophy equals TRUE. Okay. This equals TRUE. So if they are dashing, if they are not dashing, check for a dash. If they are dashing, pass. I'm gonna need a bool here is actionable. Right dashing is not working. This is not really being set back. So I can only dash once ever right now. Okay, let's go to the player. Do the script. Flip logic is automatic. It doesn't matter where that is. I'll keep it in this player. Primary hitboxes and hurtboxes I'm keeping here. Set important variables. I believe I've removed all references to the component. So scale input manager. The dashboard says clear a little better, but I still need to set it to false at some point. Okay, when I start the dash is a specific length. Is it a specific length? You might have to check with other sources online. No, it's not a specific length, I think. It has a specific animation, but from the look of it, never really needed to have a specific duration. Or 5 frames is not correct. Should just be 1 frame. Else if is underscore sequence reader input history on the check is no is just I don't what are my functions? Sequence reader nested array in nested array. Buffer and then right left. Colon, colon, not, not. Okay, this should hopefully allow me to dash it more than once now. Dash it more than once. I set the velocity 1 time and spam dash. 300. Gravity happens, but doesn't continuously happen. So if it's in the array, set it to false. If it's not, 60. So problem with the dash handler is it's just not doing what I need it to do. Is dash in can air jump gravity timer dot length. This I don't think has any calls anymore. Yeah. This has a few. And can air action. That's constant falling, which is good. That's what we wanted. Okay. So now we can dash in the air. And we can dash on the ground. We can forward jump and backwards jump. We can double jump. We can jump and then we can't dash, I believe. So jump, jump, and oh no, we can dash. That's a problem. That's a darn problem. It'll have exactly what he's on for, and then air action can jump and set there. Yep, so let's go to the player script and just steal the function. Maybe. Yep. What's happening? So if a host is on the ground, reset that they can jump if they are not on the ground. If the host is dashing, if the host is not dashing, check for the sequence, then set to dashing if they put the dash sequence. Then if they are not dashing and they have an air engine, then is dashing equals false. This should replace is on ground. The host reference because there's just a data variable here. Dash. And dash after a double jump makes sense. And dash after just single jump also makes sense. Apparently, it's still spammable. Which means it needs more checks, which is annoying. This means you need private. That is more robust, I think. Still spammable? No. Okay, that works. That now has dashing only when I have used one action. And that allows for spammable ground dashes, I believe. Which is slightly faster than just moving forwards. So it increases velocity for 1 second. Alright, okay. The frame timer is probably gonna matter. Yeah, finish this thing. Okay. And I shall end stream now because that is almost all of the things moved to the player script, from the player script to the input manager. And I just deleted another line that I forgot to delete earlier in the player script. All right. Night.